Hello, hello, hello there. Margaret Lloyd here, Eternal Shift, New Life Ahead. All right, let's see. What are we going to talk about today? Something to do with narcissists. So, in Quora, Teresa Santana responded to this question. Do narcissists see their mother as a partner? Let's see. Narcissists often have a love-hate relationship with their mothers, who are usually very clingy, treat them like children. Because of this, the narcissist wants you to act like his mother. Yippee. But he also resents you for taking care of him and showing concern. He expects loyalty and constantly tests you, making it hard for you to know how to act around him. Absolutely. I could be very nice and things would be fine, but then all of a sudden it'd get nasty. So I never knew what to expect. He's very sensitive to anything that he sees as criticism. No shit, Sherlock. But still wants you to adore him and show him tons of respect. But he never shows it to you. And you never question him, even when he's wrong. In my experience, you're not allowed to have a different opinion from his. And I guess I learned early on that if I just accept everything he says as gospel, more or less, everything would be fine. But it wasn't always fine. I got me a new Samsung S24 I love. It catches my spam before I can even get to it. I love it. It has such good safety. The narcissist sees everything in black and white. When I said something was just my opinion, he would argue that opinions don't exist, turning every conversation into a debate where I had to defend my thoughts like a thesis. And then I would hear, defending Margaret, defending Margaret. He always had his face turned down, always so depressing looking, never smiled. Leave it. This is her new toy that she really, really likes. Over time, the narcissist trains his partner to stay quiet. Yes, he did. And they do that in a very clandestine way that you don't realize that they're doing it to you. Because I didn't used to be that way before I met him. I used to speak up. I'd say what was on my mind. I never was quiet. He turned me quiet. What's the matter? What? What do you see? What? Just a minute. Nothing. You and I will go for a walk later. I found the ball. Go get it. Go get it. I don't know what you're whining about this time. She's a silly girl. Okay, over time, the narcissist trains his partner to stay quiet. Yep, absolutely. He trained me to stay quiet, and I finally said, to you. He wants someone by his side who has no personality, just like a puppet. I was his puppet, absolutely. This is how partners of male narcissists end up adopting their beliefs and losing themselves. You become fused with them and start down a dangerous path. Thank you. The misogyny of male narcissists is especially frustrating. Yes, it is. They both want and don't want what they desire most. They are particularly drawn to attractive women. Those are the ones they mistreat the most. Even though some say they treat everyone the same, I disagree. I believe they are harsher to the women they find most attractive. Bear with me just a moment. I just thought of something I need to put on my shopping list. All right. Because I want to look good when I go to court Tuesday. As I've said before, if you're beautiful, a male narcissist will treat you especially badly. And you'll suffer for it. I guess I never really considered myself a beautiful woman. But evidently, he did. And he tried to destroy me. He really did. He took away my trust. He took trust away from my children. They don't trust me. They trust that I'm going to fall back into his negativity. But I guarantee him, I'm never getting back into anything like that. I don't need it. I need my children to be in my life. Narcissists will both praise you and then degrade you, trying to destroy your confidence and make it hard for you to move on to another man without feeling damaged. And that's what they do. They get you into their clutches. And then they hang on to you and make you feel like nobody's going to love you but them. They don't want you, but they don't want anybody else to have you either. This reminds me of how women were burned at the stake for witchcraft. It's said that in some countries, the most beautiful women were targeted and killed, leading to fewer attractive women in those places. Male narcissists are likely those men who burned women at the stake. They desire what they're attracted to, but also want to destroy it. At the same time, they can't live without women, because they use them as source resources and are drawn to femininity. They view women as either saintly. Bear with me, I gotta take this. I don't know who it is, but we'll see. New View, Oklahoma. Who knows? They view women either as saintly or sinful. Seeing anything as feminine is weak and unworthy, yet they're still obsessed with it. Here's some more. Four scary sexual habits of a narcissist. Let's see what this has to say. Oh, naming their private parts. Yep, they do. Let's see. This looks interesting. Becoming the narcissist's nightmare, how to devalue and discard the narcissist while supplying yourself. Stop it. Just a second, Snickers. I'm trying to fix something here. Okay. So, although clinical research has been conducted on narcissism as a disorder, less is known about its effects on victims who are in toxic relationships with partners with NPD. Leave it. Leave it, Snickers. I can't pick it up if you don't leave it. I can't throw it if you don't leave it. Individuals with this disorder engage in chronic devaluation. In reality, I think they devalue themselves an awful lot. They don't care much about themselves, at least the narcissists that I've known. Individuals with this disorder engage in chronic devaluation and manipulation of their partners. a psychological and emotional phenomenon known as narcissistic abuse. Unfortunately, the full extent of what narcissistic abuse entails is not taught in any psychological class or diagnostic manual. Since pathological narcissists are unlikely to seek treatment for their disorder, it's difficult to pinpoint exactly what makes a narcissist abuser tick. And the manipulative tactics they use. Which are likely to differ from those of other types of abusers, as they are more covert or underhanded. What's even more baffling is the addiction we form with our narcissistic abusers Absolutely. Leave it. Snickers. Leave it. Thank you. Thank you. Good, Snickers. So, what is even more baffling is the addiction we form with our narcissistic abusers, created by biochemical bonds and trauma bonds that are also unlikely in any other relationship we have experienced. So we're going to learn the red flags of narcissistic behavior and covert manipulation tactics, including subtle signs many survivors don't catch in the early stages of dating a narcissist, the motives behind narcissistic abuse, and techniques to resist a narcissist's manipulation. Why abuse survivors usually stay with a narcissist long after the incidents of abuse. How our own brain chemistry locks us into an addiction with a narcissistic or toxic partner, creating cravings for the constant chaos of the abuse cycle. Traditional and alternative methods to begin to detach and heal from the addiction to the narcissist, including 11 important steps all survivors must take on the road to healing. Methods to rewrite the narratives that abusers have written for us so we can begin to reconnect with our authentic selves and purposes. How to rebuild an even more victorious and empowering life after abuse. Narcissistic partners employ numerous stealthy tactics to devalue and manipulate their victims behind closed doors. These partners lack empathy and demonstrate an incredible sense of entitlement and sense of superiority, which drive their exploitive behavior in interpersonal relationships. Their tactics can include verbal abuse, emotional invalidation, stonewalling, projection, taking control of every aspect of the victim's life, Yeah, absolutely he did. Gaslighting and triangulation. Due to the narcissistic partner's false self, the charismatic mask he projects to society, the victim often feels isolated in this type of abuse and is unlikely to have his or her experiences validated by friends, family, and society. Using the latest scientific research, as well as thousands of survivors' accounts, this will explore how the emotional manipulation tactics of narcissistic and antisocial partners affect those around them, particularly with regrets to its cumulative socio emotional and psychological effects on the victim. It will also address questions such as what successful techniques, tools, and healing modalities, both traditional and alternative, are available to survivors who have been ridiculed, manipulated, verbally abused, subject to psychological warfare. What can survivors do to better engage in self-love and self-care? Just take care of yourself and stay away from narcissists. That's my thoughts. How can they forge the path to healthier relationships, especially if they've been a victim of narcissistic abuse by multiple people raised by a narcissist? Let go. Drop. Most importantly, how can they use their experience of narcissistic abuse to empower themselves towards personal development? What can their interactions with the narcissistic abuser teach them about themselves, their relationship patterns, and the wounds that still need to be healed in order to move forward into the happy relationships and victorious lives they deserve? Oh, we're going to do a lot to get past all that. Absolutely. Where'd it go? Oh, I see it. Move. I'm going to run across the fence. She loves her squirrel. So, this is what we have to do. We have to recognize what a narcissist looks like, how they behave, and we need to just ignore them. Stay away from them. Go away from them. They're not worth it. Not at all. But you are. And that's why I do these podcasts every day. Because I know that there's somebody out there that needs this information, that needs the help. I wish when I was going through all this that I had known about YouTube and all this stuff. Every time it would come up, it's a waste of your time. Just take care of yourself. Do your diabetes stuff. And then go fuck all these guys. No, 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 no. Not at all. Not going to happen. With that in mind, just remember one thing. Take care of yourself. Nobody else will. Nobody gives a shit. But you need to. So with that in mind, peace, love. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Super thanks. Super comments. I love comments. I love to know what your thoughts are of what I'm doing. Let me know. I love you. Thank you.